Record to the cloud. Cool, welcome. So welcome to Yoga and HIIT. We're going to start standing. So take your time, come up to stand when you're ready. And as always, before we begin our movement, we just check in. So we check in with how are we feeling today? The high intensity aspect of this practice, as you just shift the weight from foot to foot, really depends on you. The benefits that I've found from even just a few weeks back in November of adding in HIIT just twice a week, and sometimes just doing like a 5-minute practice every day or every other day, it just given me a little bit more power, to literally put one foot in front of the other, especially when times feel challenging. So the intensity level is really up to you. What I would suggest, so I know Alice and Lou joining me today, I know you guys are both quite strong, quite fit. So if you want to do more repetitions than me to get to that point, what we're looking for in HIIT is that point where you're like, oh my God, it's really hard work. And to kind of sort of stay with that, knowing that it's only going to be a short time and kind of sort of pushing yourself. So that's what makes it a little bit different to yoga. We might push ourselves in yoga, but in HIIT, we want to reach that place, hello Shalina, where you're sweating, where your heart beat's lifting, and it feels intense. But also knowing that the intervals are, maximum 5 minutes, usually about 3 to 5 minutes. And then after that, in between the little HIIT bits, we're going to be doing kind of sort of more gentle, slow yoga to complement what we're doing. So the 3 HIIT exercises we're doing today, first one is for the back chain of muscles. So it's when you come into kind of a chair pose with the feet ever so slightly wider than hip width. And if you just sit your hips back just a touch, so your knees stay over your ankles, let your arms swing, so there's no tension in the shoulders. When you press into your heels to straighten your legs, feel the glute medius muscles, so the buttocks squeeze in to lift up, yeah? So you come down into chair and then you squeeze in to lift up. So we're going to do this as a kind of sort of yoga flow first of all, and then we're going to add the intensity, which hopefully you'll feel as you press into your heels. The glutes engage, the back of the thighs engage, and then eventually that kind of lower back, upper back also starts to kind of get on board. And the idea is to get the chain of command from the feet up the legs, which is the way that your muscles form when you're a baby, when you learn to walk. And then over time, we spend too much time sitting and we start to overuse the shoulders and the arm muscles. So this is to kind of relearn how to access the power of the ground, Mother Earth. So just shift the weight from one foot to the other and maybe lift each foot up. So that moment where you're trying to balance, we're getting the leg muscles, the stabilizer muscles to sort of switch on. And then we're going to just warm up the feet. So I'm quite warm because I've been cleaning. If you've been sitting still and your toes are quite cold, just slowly rock onto the toes, lifting the heels, lower back down again. And do that a few times, just so that you get your ankles and the bones of your feet moving. The thing keeps popping up on my screen. So once you're a bit more stable in the ankles, lifting and lowering the heels, we're going to make a movement with the arms and kind of coming into that chair pose, just noticing that when you sink down, your knees don't come forward. Yeah, you want your knees back. So we're going to warm up the upper body. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale, take the hands down through the center as you sink into a little chair pose. Interlace your fingers. And then round the spine, just let your head relax for a moment. Turn the palms out and inhale to lift up. Straighten the legs, press into the heels. Exhale, arms come out to the side. Yeah, perfect. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift up. Hands to the center as you sit to chair pose. Maybe a tiny bit deeper this time. Interlace the fingers, drop the head, and then lift up on the inhale. You can go slow. You can go in time with my instruction, out to the side. or you can just make your own flow. Once more, inhale, arms come out and up. Exhale, sink into chair, hips draw back, interlace the fingers, push down. Breathe in and lift all the way up. Exhale, to the side. Yeah, good, lovely. Let's do that one last time. Inhale and lift. Exhale down, interlace fingers, drop the chin, and then breathe in to rise up. Exhale down. Lovely. So now we're just taking a couple of gentle twists. Lift your arms up, twist round to one side. So bending the knees, feeling the body just turning from side to side. Maybe circling your arms, especially if your shoulders a bit tight. I know some of you would have been on a computer, sat still. And then start to maybe backstroke the arms, letting the body turn from side to side. And then forward with the arms, so changing direction. Yeah, lovely. And then the last little bit here, just take the feet a little bit wider. Turn the toes out, bring your hands onto your shoulders, and just make some circles with your elbows. Yeah, perfect. I get a little kind of sort of crunching noise when I do that. So going back the other way, maybe taking one arm one way and one arm the other if you really want to mix it up today. And then come back to the center. So we're going to come into our first little HIIT bit. And again, we'll warm it up slowly and then we'll move a little bit quicker. So it's a really simple movement today. The feet are hip width, the toes spread. And all we're doing is lifting the arms, coming into chair as we inhale. So see if you can get that kind of straight line from fingertips to hips. And then as you exhale, make a fist with your hands, draw your arms down and straighten your legs up. Yeah, so super simple. Inhale, hips draw back, arms draw up. Exhale, press into the heels, draw the hands down. And again, inhale and exhale. So because it's really simple, go again, knees draw back. We really want to work on form. So every time you press your heels down, exhaling, lift the pelvic floor and press your heels down. I know that's quite a lot to think about, but the movement's quite simple. So we'll continue, sit low, inhale, lift the arms, and then exhale, lift up. And again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go at your own pace if you need to. 4, draw it in, and 5, lift up, and 6, lift up, and 7, and 8, and 9, push into the heels, and 10. Good. So now shift the weight from foot to foot. Maybe circle your upper body just to release from that linear tension. And we're going to do another set. So again, if you're fitter than me and you want to add on more, you can jump when you come up. Yeah, we're going to do that in the last set. For the next 2, we're going to keep the simple form. Because you can hear I'm already a little bit out of breath because I've got my lockdown friend back again. So if you want to go faster than me, if you're feeling stronger, just really try and keep your knees back. Yeah, because that will access that back chain, and that's what we're interested in. Okay, feet parallel, soften the shoulders. Inhale, sit low, lift the arms, and then exhale, straighten up. And again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming up. So walk it out, shake from side to side. And we continue straight on with the third set. Feet parallel, roll the shoulders. Take a big breath in as you sit low. And then exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Inhale, 3, 4, 5. Use the heels, squeeze the glutes for 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to go another 10, 10, and keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the knees back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, walk it out. Release. I get quite tight on the lower back, so circle from side to side. We're going to keep that level of intensity. We're doing the last set, and we're going to do 10 as we have been doing, so like this, and then 10, if you like, jumping. But if you're going to jump, maybe try and be a bit more graceful than me. When you jump, you've got to land with your knees bent and hips back. Yeah? And if you're not breathing in time with my instruction, don't worry about it. As long as you're breathing, you're doing perfect. Okay, last set. Go for it. Feet apart, weight in the heels. First 10, just as we were. Sink low, inhale. Exhale, press the heels. Sit low and up. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So continue. And this time as we inhale, we sit. And then we exhale, we jump. Inhale, sit. Exhale, jump. Inhale, sit. Exhale, jump. Inhale, sit. Exhale, jump. Good. For 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Yay! Take the feet wide and then just fold down. So bend your knees, relax your head. And let it go. So we're going to come down into a squat position to release the lower back. So turn your toes out. You might want to lift your heels. See how you go. Sink the hips down, shift the weight from foot to foot. And the next one that we're going to do for the upper body, we're going to work on a little core prep to get that first of all. So slowly as you're ready, come to the center. Doesn't matter if your heels are lifted, take the hands to the heart, breathe here. And then come to lie on your back and just let your feet lift into the air. So arms out to the side, feet float up, soften the knees, maybe roll from side to side. And as you're ready, slowly hug the back of the knees, relax the feet and the legs. And we're going to do what I often like to do, which is to map a movement when the body's in one position, and then to bring the body into a different position using similar muscles but with gravity in a different place. Okay, so we're going to hug the right knee in, interlace your hands around the shin. Gently squeeze the knee in and then slowly lower your left leg away from you. Press the left heel away. As you exhale, squeeze the right knee in. And then we're going to hold it here. Point your toes now and then lift the head and shoulders off the floor. So see if you can hold it here and then take your arms into the air. Yeah? So pointing the toes, pressing the lower belly down. Relax the neck a little bit so you're lifting from the chest. Maybe your shoulder blades stay on the ground so it's not too much strain and struggle. And then slowly release back down. Take the right leg with you. Left hand to the hip. Let the right knee come out to the side. Just let it go with gravity. And relax. Come slowly back to the center. Bring your both feet to the edges of the mat, arms out, let the knees roll from side to side. We'll do the other side. So left, interlace hands around the left knee, maybe switch the grip over with the index fingers. And squeeze the knee gently, and then start to extend the right leg away from you. Flex the foot first of all, so you press into the heel, and then relax the leg. And then point both your toes away from you and lift the head and shoulders up. Yeah, good. So you could lift your shoulders up if you're feeling really strong, but if you have your shoulder tips on the ground, just the tips of the shoulder blades, you can use your upper back to lift up, and then you can relax your neck. So it's just slightly different. Now hold that, use the back and take the hands up. Yeah, good. So this is like when we're in downward dog and we're drawing the knee in towards the nose. So use all the muscles to lift you up, but find some softness somewhere. Good. Relax back down. Let's take the left hand, takes the left leg out to the side. Relax into it. Let gravity move you. And then come slowly back to the center. Well done. So we're going to roll forwards and backwards. And we're going to come up and over onto the hands and the knees. So I've taught this before in HIIT, but there's always the option to stay on the hands and the knees, yeah? Because when you come through, you're lifting up, when you're bringing this knee in and extending it away, if you want to work more on the glute muscles and you don't want to put too much pressure on your wrists, your hands, instead of coming from downward dog, you can just come from here, rounding the knee in and lifting the foot up, yeah? And especially if you flex your foot like that, it will be a really good kind of workout for the glutes. Strong buttocks, we know that's the only reason we do yoga. So coming onto the hands and the knees, we're all going to do that variation first, and then we're going to come to the hip part where you're in charge of that intensity. Yeah, you're going to choose. So spread the fingers, bend the elbows, come onto the fingertips first of all, just to, as you bend the elbows out to the side, just to loosen across that upper back. Yeah, good. And then maybe circle the tailbone around a couple of times, one way and then the other. Lovely. So hands to the ground. I'm going to take the right foot back, press up to the ceiling, and then exhale, bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, bring the knee across towards the left elbow. It doesn't have to go anywhere near it, just towards it. Two more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, knee to the center, relax your neck. Inhale, lift up, press into the heel, so you use the glute. Exhale, knee comes across. Once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the center. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Yeah, good. Well done. So slowly come down, come back onto the knees, lift the arms into the air. Exhale down. So left side. Left leg extends up into the air, flex the foot, so you squeeze the glute to lift the foot. Exhale, knee comes to the left. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale to the center. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, over to the right. And continue. Inhale, to the left. Breathe in, lift up. To the center. Breathe in, lift up. And then over to the right. Last time. Inhale, to the left. Inhale, to the center. Inhale, to the right. And then release. Good. Come back onto the knees. Lift the arms. And exhale down. So if your wrists are a little tender, you can make little movements like that. And we're going to do that as a stronger, like the hip part. The intensity is up to you. You can come down onto your elbows, and you can do it in a much more gentle way if you like. So this is targeting our upper body strength, helping us to stand up tall. So come to downward dog, walk it out. And then maybe see if you can come onto the fingertips of one hand and then the other, sending the weight back into the heels. Yeah, so your hamstrings might not be long enough yet, but one day, when your heels come down, you realize you can take the weight off your hands in downward dog, and then it will become slightly different. So from downward dog, lift the right leg up. We'll build the intensity as you wish. Exhale, knee to the right. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, knee to the center. Inhale, up. Exhale to the left. So two more rounds like that, or three. Inhale, up. Exhale, right. Inhale, up. Exhale, center. Inhale, up. Exhale, left. And last time. Right. Center. and left. You can come through a vinyasa here or take a rest back on your knees. Yeah, child's pose also available. Let's do the left leg whenever you're ready. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, bring it towards the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to the right. So 2 more like that. You can speed it up or stay nice and steady. It's still intense. Yeah, for me it is anyway. Lift to the right. So last one. Keep it flowing. Left. Inhale. Center. Inhale. Right. And release. Go through a vinyasa or rest back on your knees. Breathing in. Okay, so 3rd round. You can make it more intense or you can turn it down a little bit, coming down onto your knees. Yeah, you choose. Right leg leads. Breathe in, lift it up. Take it to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, nose. Inhale. Exhale, left. 2 more. Breathing in to the right. Breathing in to the center. Breathing in to the left. Last time. Inhale, right. Inhale, center. Inhale, left. And release. Well done. Left leg. So you can have a break in between. You can add a vinyasa if you're feeling super strong. Or you can come back onto your knees and rest. Left leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the center. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right. So again, vinyasa. If you're feeling strong, or come down onto your knees. Okay, 1 more and then we're done with that movement. So again, elbows are fine. You can come through plank. If you want, you can stay on the hands and the knees. You can make it your own. The intensity is yours to choose. And breathe. Last set. Right leg leads. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the nose. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. 2 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out, contract. Breathe in. Breathe out, nose. Inhale. Breathe out, left. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. Take a break or come through a vinyasa. And we'll do the left side. Breathe through it. Left leg. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Continue. 2 more. To the left. Inhale, up to the center. Inhale, up to the right. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Lift up and then come all the way down. So we'll meet on the belly. Take your elbows forward. This will help to stretch out your triceps so you don't have sore muscles tomorrow. Rest your forehead and maybe give your shoulders a gentle squeeze with your fingertips. And the other thing you can do is just come into like a low Sphinx pose. There's quite a lot of pressure on your wrists, so maybe just gently hold your hands. Let your feet sway. As you notice your breathing, your heart rate slowing down. As you take your feet from side to side, maybe you notice here that your hips swaying from side to side. Maybe move your head. So the ripple effect up through the spine. Good, well done. So we've done the back chain of muscles And we've definitely done the shoulders, the upper body. Last one we're going to do is kind of working on boat pose, but it's also helping to kind of open the chest, have the shoulders open, which at this time of year, in January, can feel a little bit like we just want to kind of go down. And I was definitely in a bit of a moody place a couple of weeks ago. And I've kind of done different things to help myself. So putting bright summer clothes on, wearing my posh earrings that I usually save for someone's birthday, like just doing whatever we can to lift up. So as you come up, we're going to come to sit for a moment, bring the legs out in front of you. And we're going to come back into a little inversion and taking the hold of your feet if you can reach them, and if not, just the back of your knees, the outside edge of the thighs. We're just going to hold happy baby for a couple of minutes. So if you're comfortable holding the feet, stay there. If you know that you can't really breathe normally and relax, you can bring your hands to the back of your knees instead. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Whatever position, you can just let yourself be still. And what we're aiming for here, if you've got hold of your feet or your legs, is just that little tractioning in the wrist. So just holding your feet or your ankles, and then just naturally by relaxing your shoulders, you've got a little bit of space in the wrist joint. And as soon as you stay still, after the first 5 or 6 breaths, the body starts to distribute fluid, blood flow, connective tissue around the body to make the shape that you're in. And this is why we mix up our yoga practice with fast movements and holding still. It gives the body a chance to heal, to figure out what just happened, and to find ways to kind of restore the body's energy. So maybe close your eyes here, let your shoulders, let everything that you can relax. And then release, let the feet and the hands lift into the air. If you did want to stay still, I am teaching yin later if you wanted to stay still for ages. So roll up to sit. And before we come into our last little core exercise, just want to do a little seated twist, just to kind of, again, rotate the hips in. So bring left leg out in front of you, cross the right leg over, and then just check that you can sit nice and tall on your sitting bones. Wrap the left arm around. Use this knee to kind of guide into the center of the chest, and then lift up tall. Roll the right elbow a couple of times, and then bring the right hand out to the side. You want your arm in line with your shoulder, so there's no strain. You can use the leg as leverage just to turn the upper body. And maybe take your eyes into the twist, so your eyes look all the way around to the right. And slowly unravel, coming back the other way. Yeah, good. So unwinding and then releasing the legs. So before we do the other side, just bend your knees, lift your arms up, and then come forward. Maybe see if you can catch your big toes with the peace fingers and the thumb. Keep the chest lifted, and then just draw the heart forward. So you don't have to straighten the legs. If they do start to straighten, that's fine. See if you can keep the collarbones nice and broad. Lift the lower belly and the sides of the waist up, and then a couple of breaths here. So as you exhale, you might start to soften. If you flex your feet strong, you might start to release your hamstrings. Last breath, maybe see what you can let go of. And then coming up slowly, and we'll do the other side. So bringing that left foot in and over, sit tall on the sitting bones, and bring the right arm around. And then again, maybe circling this elbow so it helps me just to loosen the shoulder, and then the hand again in line with the shoulder, so you're not kind of like straining this shoulder. It's nice and steady. You can use that hand to lift up tall. Yeah, lovely. And then breathe. So crown of the head lifts. And your eyes move round to the left. So we must twist every day for our digestion. It's really important. And then unravel slowly. Well done. So a little counter just to the other side. And then coming to roll onto your back. So just before we come into our last little hip bit, we're just going to circle the feet in the air. And maybe start by circling the ankles and then bending and straightening the knees. And then making a few circles in the air with your feet. Yeah, good. And then as you're ready, we're going to come up and sit on the elbows. So it's a little bit like boat pose, but we're going to focus more as you sit back on your elbows. We're going to focus more on kind of squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest up, and then we're going to lift the legs and see if you can hold it there. So the movement is to kick through the heel and just kick that leg forward and then come back and then kick the other leg. Yeah, so again, it's short, sharp bursts, and if it feels too strong, slow it down. Yeah, you're in charge. So as we're ready, extend the leg and then bend. And out and in, and out and in. Yeah, good. If you want to make it more challenging, start to extend the leg longer towards the ground, but try not to let the knees come further in than your hips. Yeah, so keep going in the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So lying down, I like to release between these by relaxing my head and then just lifting the hips into the air. Yeah, so be mindful how you turn your head, just releasing the front of the hips. Then we'll come up for the second set. So the elbows are under the shoulders, the forearms are down, the legs lift up and continue. So this time we'll do 20. Extend, extend. Yeah, good. So you can kick up or you can kick down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm not very good at counting. If you want to do a few more, 19, 20, and relax. Again, maybe rest the head, tuck the shoulders, lift the pelvis up, and relax the throat. Let's go again. So coming back onto the elbows. If your neck is really kind of hurting you here, just drop the chest a little bit, yeah? So you're not straining your neck muscles. Lifting up and continue. So extend through the heel, extend through the heel. And if you want to slow it down, inhale to bend and then exhale like that. And if you want to speed up, don't worry about the breath, just move the legs a little bit faster, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, and breathe when you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do another 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and come down. Point the toes, arms over the head, full body stretch. Breathe deep. And exhale. Last set, and then we're done for the day. So rolling up. This time, if you like, you can have your hands back, or you can stay down on the elbows, yeah? So lift the chest, broaden the collarbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the legs, and continue. Extend, extend. Yeah, good. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're going to do 13, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yay! Rest down, arms over the head. Breathe deep, point the toes. And exhale. And then rolling from side to side. And we're going to come over onto the belly again, just to ease out the tummy muscles and the hip flexors. So you could put a vinyasa in here if you've got extra energy. We can come all the way down and just release down. So again, come to Sphinx, have your elbows under your shoulders, stretch your legs back behind you, and then release between the shoulder blades. So just relax. So what I found both times when I kind of was being quite, I wouldn't say lazy, just emotionally exhausted from everything that's going on, and then really comfort eating, and then making some kind of quite poor food choices, just feeling like a bit rubbish. And what I found with doing the hip, it's just a little bit of a natural high, and then I felt a bit more fulfilled, and then it was a little bit easier to kind of just notice and be a bit more mindful with how I was looking after myself. And it's important not to judge or criticize our habits, but just to notice them. So bend your knees, just let your head drop down and just let the feet again sway from side to side. So feel that sacrum, flat bone at your back, just moving gently. And then there's an option here to come into floor bow if you've got that flexibility today, reaching, catching your feet or your ankles, and rest your forehead down. And if you feel like you don't want to do that, just come back into Sphinx and hold it still. If you've got your feet, rest your forehead down, relax your thigh muscles. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift the pelvic floor, start to kick the legs back. And then just give yourself 5 breaths here. So it doesn't have to be super strong. I know, Alice, you've got a lot of mobility, so maybe rather than going all the way to the edge of your mobility, maybe flex your feet. See if you can hold it then and let go of your feet. So you work more on strength rather than flexible back, which you already have. So coming to the last couple of breaths, and then easing back out, releasing down. Letting go. Take one knee and elbow out to the side, or ease back into child's pose, you choose. And we're going to come into wide knee child's pose if it's comfortable. If you're resting on your side and you're comfortable, stay exactly as you are. And we're going to come to Shavasana. So now's a bit of time to get an extra layer. Maybe grab a pillow. Coming to lie down on your back. And you're going to have a full 5-minute Shavasana and then just a couple of minutes, short little meditation to close our practice today. And if you feel like staying in Shavasana, that's absolutely fine. So come down, give yourself this time to grab a blanket, to kind of put yourself to bed, as it were, to care for yourself. I've found some self-care practices recently, like getting the softest scarf, or my favorite color jumper, just something little, something which helps you to feel cared for. Let's take one deep breath in to signify closing the active movement. So deep breath through the nose, hold it at the top, and then exhale, Shavasana. Whole body now softens. Start to allow the whole body to be still. to allow the whole body to let go. Slow, deep breaths. Now the only movement as you relax your face, your eyelids, your throat, the only movement is the rise and fall of your breath. And all the heat that you've created in your body, all the movement, all the effort now gets downloaded, if you like, to a deeper level, to the place where the cells are nourished. The body starts to redistribute minerals in the blood to create muscle mass, slowing down of the heartbeat, distributing different neurochemicals and hormones to build resilience. When we put ourselves under a bit of intensity, a bit of healthy stress, the body responds by growing stronger. And that strength is not just in the body, it's also in your mind, your emotional well-being. So now allow your whole body to be still. And completely rest as you let go and relax. Allowing a deepening of breath. And if you're thinking, shush, Bryony, I just got to that place to relax, it's absolutely fine. The beauty of home practice is you can just switch me off and snuggle in and go back to sleep. If you do want to come up and just close the practice today by having a stretch, rolling onto your side, or maybe rock and roll forwards and backwards, coming to a comfortable seat. No rush. I want to close our practice today with the light visualization I've been teaching this week. Just bringing one hand onto the heart and left hand over the top. Just picturing, maybe with your eyes downcast or closed, just picturing a light right at the center of your chest. can be a twinkling star or a beam of sunshine, any light that pops into your imagination. And then for the next couple of breaths, just imagining that light shining in all directions, growing a bit brighter with each breath. And just taking the arms up as you inhale, imagining that light shining out, lifting up, yay! Hands come down through the third eye, giving thanks for that open mind, curiosity. Thumbs to the heart, let's hum here, let the vibration go through your body, big breath in. And lastly, taking the energy to the ground, grounding to Mother Nature. Giving thanks for another day. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Just gonna stop the recording so I can say hello.